Welcome to the 8th module of the micro-learning course on marketing, which is designed to help you get a better understanding of marketing in bite-sized chunks. This module looks at how to develop your strategy. In parts 1 and 2 of developing your strategy, you will have decided whether to sell more products to the same market or look into some form of diversification. You have also identified where your product sits in its life cycle. This part looks at approaches to determine which of your products is likely to grow your business and which will generate cash to support further innovation. Ideally, you will have worked through the previous 7 micro-learning modules, as some of the information you collated will be needed in this module. By the end of the module, you should be able to use the technique to determine which of your products or services needs your full attention to grow its presence in the market and which generates cash and so supports growth. At the end of the module, you will be given a list of actions so that you can do your own analysis. The results will then lay the foundations for your future marketing strategy. Understanding which of your products or services generates cash and growth is really important. Every product or service goes through a life cycle. Sometimes this cycle is really long, and sometimes it's very short. To judge where you are in the life cycle, you can look to the Boston Consulting Group Matrix. According to the framework, when you first enter a marketplace, you should enter what's known as a question mark. This means that you are growing, but your market share of a growing market is small. So your goal here is to move from the question mark to the star category, meaning you are now high growth, have a good share of the market, and you're selling to the early adopters and early majority. Eventually, you'll start selling to the late majority. That's where you have the potential to become a cash cow, where you have a significant market share and the market you're operating in is stable. At this point, you can start to think about reducing your marketing spend so that you retain more cash in the business. As your product or service becomes a laggard, the business would move to the dog category, which is characterized by low growth and low market share. If you're heading this way, it's crucial that you innovate your offering in one way or another. Otherwise, you won't stand the test of time. Now, if we take both the product life cycle and combine it with the Boston Consulting Matrix framework, they align. That means your question marks are your startups, while the early majority are your stars. As the life cycle begins its downwards trajectory, the late majority aligns with your cash cows. The laggard stage is where you'll find your dogs. These are the products that aren't going to drive your business forward. So how do you progress? The first action is to identify where your products or services are on the Boston Consulting Matrix. From the analysis, there are a number of questions you need to ask. Which of your products or services generate cash? Which are your stars and need investment in marketing? Which are your question marks and need either boosting or dropping? Which simply need retiring as they are low growth in a declining market? If you would like help with getting your marketing on track, we have more free courses at hub.vision2success.co/courses.